Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Christy. Today we are going to start another paper bag project. This one is another Susie. She calls it her grungy journal or grunge journal. I'm going to do mine a little bit different, but using her inspiration. I will leave her video below because I thought this was a fun project. I'm going to use Vintage Days kit, the Vintage Days kit by Artymaze, and I have it all coffee dyed and luscious. I love it. And I'll just go through this real quick and show you what I've got here. If you want to do this project, basically you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a kit. You don't have to do it grungy. I'm not going to do it as grungy as Susie. She used some walnut stain and sprayed the bags and stuff, and I don't have that, so I'm not going to do it that way. But I am going to grunge it up a little bit, tearing rather than cutting, and kind of crinkling things up like that. But this kit is perfect because it's got a lot of collaged kind of things, and it's very vintage. So I'll just flip through here real quick. This has some writing paper, lots of collage work, like I said. It's already aged. You can see the coffee spots here, but I just coffee dyed it anyway because I like the back to be coffee dyed, and I figured this would be a perfect kit for that. Now they're out of order. There are a couple of different designs for each layout. Some are very similar, but they'll have different focal points or accents on them. But yeah, this is real, and I'm not going to use anywhere near all of this. It does come with 4 of these background pages. Looks like kind of a green, red, light green, and a blue. I've got some pockets, look like little, well, not really coin envelopes, but taller pockets. Excuse me. It has envelopes, and like I said, I probably won't use anywhere near all of this. I'm going to use these for some little booklets to put inside some pockets. It has 2 sheets of tags. There's some larger ones and some medium-sized ones. It has, oh, looks like I'm upside down. It has some tickets and some banners and some tabs and a bunch of miscellaneous ephemera. That was one of the things I really love this. So lots of really neat stuff for collaging. Well, which way does it go? Actually, they're both ways. You've got the little accent pieces and stamps here, and it's like bingo cards, doilies, just every kind of thing, with some fussy cut flower page. This is actually a page, it's a combination of some of the other pages that's been shrunk down. You can see these are those booklet pages I was talking about, and the page with the tickets and the doily and all those. These are already shrunk down for you, so that's kind of nice. Those are perfect for collaging. Lots of people pics. Love those. Very nice. And then this one, I think, was the one that was a freebie on Andrea's Facebook page. So it's, I believe it's Artymaze and Friends. If you are not a member, that's where you can get this freebie. And I believe she used this in a tutorial on her channel, and I haven't seen it yet. But I've got a bunch of coffee dyed paper here just to have. I always, whenever I'm coffee dyeing, I always try to do some extra blanks. And then I saved the paper that I coffee dyed on. We'll probably try to make an envelope with that maybe. And then this is our bag. Let me get this stuff out of the way. You could use any bag. This is kind of like the glassine bags that I had, only this is large, It measures 14.5 by all, and it might have shrunk down just a smidge because I did go ahead and coffee dye it, which didn't really do a lot. So it's just shy of 12 width, and it's 14, and then the lip makes it about 14.5 this way. But basically, we're going to take this and we want to make it into a 9 by 12. And I think I folded it. I'm trying to remember which way I folded it, because this, yeah, the way Susie did it is she folded up the bottom and then folded the sides in so that she has a pocket across the front and back cover, but then on the inside she has the side pockets. Well, I wanted a bigger side pocket, so what I did was, and I think if I remember, I'm trying to remember how I did it. Okay, I started on this side. This is the side with no seams, but it has the opening here. So I want to make mine 9 by 6 because that's the size journal that I like. So basically, I'm going to line it up here on my grid, and I'm going to come down 9 inches, stick my finger there. You could do it with your ruler if you want. Let's see, so 9, 8, okay. So right here, and just fold that up and press that down. Now you will get a little bit of air in here. You know, it's the nature of the paper bag. It's because the paper is so thin, but I'm just going to kind of lay that down the best I can. Okay, so this is going to be the outside of our book. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over. Now, I'm not going to put a side tuck on the front page. I want it on the back. So basically, I need this to measure 12. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, and that'll give me about a 2.5 inch pocket. Now remember, I have this folded up on the other side. I'm just going to come along here. I'll use my bone folder and just kind of rub that underneath to get a mark, and then I'm going to fold this in. Okay, so I'd like that to lay as flat as possible. It looks like it went a little crooked, so let's check that. Okay, so I have 12 here, and yeah, it went in about 1/8 of an inch. So let's, that first line, and that's because this paper is just so thin, it kind of has a mind of its own. So just take your time folding. Probably can't see. So I know this is 12 and this is 12, and I'm just gonna come down the middle. There again, these bags are probably not folded 100% accurately. So then I'm going to just fold it in half. And what that's going to do, oh, I can actually see a little bit of coffee dye in there. I didn't think it took very much of the coffee dyeing. So this will give us a pocket on the front and a pocket on the back. Now this is open, but we're going to sew around the whole thing. So when I open this, I'm going to have just a plain piece here, but on this side, when I sew everything, I will have a tuck that runs the length here and here, and I will have a little tuck here. Now this is not an open place, this is the seam, but underneath here there'll be a little secret pocket that you could put something in if you wanted to. So basically, all I'm going to do now is nothing complicated. I'm going to sew around um, the entire thing, and then I will be back. Okay, so I've sewn just a straight stitch all the way around. I did go ahead and add some ink, and this has a little bit more of the coffee staining to it. Um, you can see this one's lighter. So, I mean, the more you add to it, what I did was before I sewed it, I added the dye, what do you call it? The inking around the edges. This one I inked first, then coffee dyed, and I kind of really like the effect. I think I like it. So, the one thing I did forget to do was sew down the middle, so let me do that. And I think the reason that I didn't sew down the middle was because I was thinking I'm going to sew the signature in anyway, but I think it's going to be too thick to do with the sewing machine. We'll see. But this just kind of keeps the pockets more intact. Now, the one thing that that Susie was into was, you know, just go ahead and leave these pieces that are peeling up, peel them up, and then, you know, grunge them up. So I think I might have to, well, look at how that is. I like the grunginess of it. I'm just going to add a little bit more ink here, and then we're going to mat these, and you know, it can be like anything else. It can be as grungy as you want it. So if you don't like the grunge, you know, don't grunge it up. In fact, you could do this with a white paper bag, or I probably, because it was 12, well, no, it was 12 by 15, but I'm wondering if I could have used the masking paper, probably, to make the paper bag to begin with, and then go from there. So, I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities. So, okay. So now I am going to tear rather than cut. Let me get that kit back over here. Because it's the 9 by 6, I can make the pages 8.5 by 11. So I want to stick a piece here. So what do I want to use? Let me get this somewhat organized here. I don't know why I do that. I put stuff upside down. Mixed it both ways. Okay. I don't need the ephemera until later. I need the background pages. So, yeah, see, this one's the wrong way too. How did that happen? Oh my goodness, this whole stack is upside down. Okay. You know, it came with background pages. So I'm thinking I want to use one of these to put inside there. And I'm just going to use, you know what, I want to use this one. Okay, so basically I'm just going to tuck this in to that pocket, and then attach this down like that. It might be, no, I think it'll fit inside the stitch line. I think it'll be okay. I just want to do something like that. But I am going to go with what Susie did, and she kind of crumpled her pages up. And I think I am going to maybe tear across just to grunge it up a little bit more. We can add some ink with the I just want to see. Okay. Add some of this here, just to add a little bit more age. I don't have a lot of wrinkles on there because I didn't do it tight, but then we can bend it again. You do want to be careful because once you've coffee dyed it, it's a little stiffer. But as far as this, because it's grungy, it's not really going to matter if it tears. So what? You know, it's okay. In fact, you know, Susie went along and kind of tore things as she went along. So if you haven't seen Susie's channel, go ahead and check it out. And like I said, I'll leave the link below because she has a lot of fun stuff on her channel. So, okay. And where's my ruler? I think I do want to tear. Now, I don't want to just tear haphazardly, but if I do this about, oh, I don't know, maybe 3/8 of an inch, and I can kind of wiggle, and get as much or as little as I want on the edge. You know, if I went straight, of course I have a straight edge ruler, it's going to go straight. But if I kind of wiggle it in and out, it's going to give me a more organic look to it, like that. Okay, so let's do that on the other side as well. This one doesn't necessarily need to be as much. I'll go a little bit. Whoops. It's a little too thin. Probably should have made it a little bit, but that's okay. I'll just pick it out a little bit at a time. Tweezers would help here too, because if you have tweezers, you can kind of, you know, pick it up. My nails aren't quite long enough. There we go. And since that one end is going in the pocket, let's see which is the right way up. I like it to this way, I think. So this doesn't have to be cut, but I do want to trim this side over here just a smidge. And this side will be much more organic because of the grain runs the other way in the paper. Okay, take that piece off. Okay. There's something therapeutic about tearing paper. I don't know about you. I'm going to run this along the edge of my desk, and I know you won't be able to see it, but basically I'm just going to pull it down over the edge of my desk, and it will kind of iron. I'm pulling it like this over the edge of my table, and it kind of flattens that out just a smidge more. And then I want to run some ink along the edges here. Doesn't have to be the whole edge. Don't have to do that edge because it's going in the pocket, but just like that. Get rid of the white. But because it's coffee dyed, you know, it's pretty much, there's no white edge because it goes through the paper. So, okay, so that is going to be over here. And I think what I'm going to do is do the side that goes in the pocket first, mainly so I can control the glue. So I'm going to put a couple of clips on this so it stays where I want it. I'm pretty much happy with that. So I just want to put a clip here and here so it stays, and then I'm going to put glue on this piece here. In fact, I'll just put the glue inside the pocket. Once I get that inside the pocket piece figured out and glued down, then I can put glue on the rest of the paper. tuck that in. Like that. And I did go a little too far with the glue. Don't want to glue the pocket down. So let me just get that off with my fingers. If you do it now, it pretty much comes off. I think I got most of it. There we go. Okay, now I can take these clips off and pull this back and glue this down. And then after I'm done, I'll check that pocket just to make sure. Just to make sure that I don't have the pocket glued down. Okay. Just a little bit at a time. Now on this side, I am going to glue it on the paper so that I know where the edge is. And there again, anything that's not glued down, we can rough up, you know. We can have these little pieces hanging on the edge, kind of rolled up. Well, that one's got glue, so let's glue that one down, but you get the idea. You can roll these pieces. If we need more ink, we can do that. Okay. Now let's double check this pocket in here. It doesn't feel sticky. So I think we're good. Okay, so now we have the inside done. Let's fold this back up. Okay, so I want to find an image for the front. So let's see what we've got here. Like I said, these are collage pages here. So there was one, and I wonder if I didn't print it out for some reason. There was one that was another freebie that was a map page on Artymaze and Friends, and I don't see it here. That would work. I kind of like that one too. There's going to be tags in this pocket, so lots of options. Okay, I'm going to print out that page that I was going to use for the cover. Since I don't see it, I'm going to print it again. Be right back. Okay, that was super quick, right? I did go ahead and print this out on coffee dyed paper. My printer doesn't love coffee dyed paper, so I try not to do that because it gets a lot of this stuff. And if I print borderless, it's really bad. But for one sheet, it's fine, and that way I don't have to coffee dye it. So yeah, so this is the page that I want to use, and I'm gonna tear again. So let's get that out of the way. This time I'm not real concerned with making sure that it's all jaggedy. It doesn't really matter. Have a little bit. Well, that one did pretty good. Let's go ahead and do this side of the page. And we are going to be covering up some of the flowers. That'll be in pocket. I think I'll just trim that part down. And I think I'm going to come across here because I don't need, let's look. Let's see. kind of like to have her face the flowers here. And then we have those fussy cuts. Wouldn't that be really cool to put over here so it's kind of hanging over? That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to line this up on my mat. And then I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch back, like that. There we go. You always get a better tear when you're going on against the grain. Okay, so we want to ink this. And then I'm wondering if I should cut a little bit. If I put that right there, I don't need to waste this flower on the bottom. But I need it to go inside the pocket. But if I trim that, I can use this little piece for something else. So right along the edge there. Okay, so let's glue that one down. I hope you guys are enjoying the paper bag series. I just love paper bags. One of my first journals that I actually did was a little Christmas mini paper bag album that I just loved it. I made a ton of those. So, okay, now where do we want this? Let's do right about there. Now I am going to cut the tickets down, the tags down, because I probably don't want to necessarily cover her face. So we may do some shorter tickets or something. I don't know. We'll see. Tags, not tickets. Why do I use those terms interchangeably? Okay, so now we do have this, and I just love this, and I think I want to put this at the bottom. So I'm not going to worry about making that fancy tear. I'm just going to, whatever we get, we get. Not too bad. But not everything has to be, you know, super grungy. And let's see, how much do I need? Let's do here. Which is, I think there's almost a line there, so yeah. I do want to make sure that I'm getting it semi-straight. Semi-straight, is that half straight or just somewhat straight? So that's a little over here, like so. Okay, I like that. That's gonna look really cool right there. So, I don't like that piece so much though. Take that piece off. Okay, and then we will grunge this up. A little bit. We could have wrinkled up that page, but I don't think everything has to be, you know, super grungy. We can do this one a little bit grungy, more subtle. If you use the ink pad, you're going to get those dark brown lines like we did on the inside. But if I do it with just the blending tool. Okay guys, sorry about that. Making these longer videos and making more than one a day. I forgot to plug in my camera, so you know. But I went ahead and matted this. I don't remember where we were. Done the front here, added this piece to the bottom, done the back. I crinkled this up pretty good. It's going to get grungy anyway. There's a piece up here that's just kind of not attached, and that's okay. It's over here on the side as well. Little corner, little piece over here. You know, those things add to it. Now on the inside, the only other thing that I did was I added a little strip of edging here. This also has a little piece that's not quite glued down, and I added one of the faces from the sheet and tore around it. So it looked very similar. I don't think it's the same lady, but it reminded me of her, so that's why I used it. So that is the basic cover, and it feels nice and sturdy. When you first fold it, you're thinking, wow, that feels pretty light, but because we've matted this side and this side, it's sturdy. And I use 28-pound paper on both sides. Of course, the bags are super thin, but it is a double layer of the bag. So yeah, I think that's really cool, and I really like the way that's coming out. So the next thing I'm going to do is get some pages put together, and then we'll start decorating those. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.